guys, it's Nicole, and today I'm here to bring some recommendations because these are books that kept me up all night. I was just so sucked into reading them and I wanted to share them with you. So let's get started. In no particular order, I am starting with kind of not one book but three books, and that is Agatha Christie's any single book that she has ever made. I have Sparkling Cyanide, Five Little Pigs, and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I've read an additional two books. I just don't own them. One I got from my library. It's called And Then There Were None. It's pretty popular. And the other, I cannot remember the name. I remember the ending, but I don't want to share that with you guys. She is amazing with her writing. She knows how to grab the character in. She gives you just the right amount of description. Not like there were 70,000 leaves on that tree. No, she gives you the stuff that matters, and it's so good, and they're so easy, and you'll finish them in like 2 days. A day if you really wanted to, because I have. The next book I have is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. A lot of people have read this already. The second book just came out, Glass Sword. And this book kept me up all night. And that's mostly because this is one of the first fantasies I've ever read. So I was kind of like just thrown in, and I didn't realize that a book could be so amazing. This book takes place in a world where people are separated by the type of blood they have. Mortals basically have red blood, as any regular mortal does. And then there is the group of Silverbloods who have a special ability, a special power, and it is discovered that the main character, Mare Barrow, has red blood, but she also has a special ability. And because of that, she is thrown into the Silver Court and basically has to just stay in hiding, because if this came out, it would start an uprising. And it's so action-packed, plot twist, oh my god. And the second book is really good. I highly recommend. The next few books I have are also part of a series, and that is the Selection series by Kiera Cass. It follows a girl named America who is kind of a regular teenage girl, and kind of like the Hunger Games. When you come of age, you put your name in a lottery, but this lottery is basically about finding the Prince Maxen. I think it's Prince Maxen. Yeah. Prince Maxen, a wife. So the lottery, if you are picked, you are taken into the court to be trained to go through different tasks of wooing Prince Maxen into choosing you, and America is thrown into that selection. I really like it. I finished these books. They kept me up. I read them at work a lot last summer, and I finished these 3 books in 2 days, and I want to start The Heir, and I know The Crown just came out, their kind of companion series or trilogy or duology, just, the other half of this series. But I don't know, for anyone who's read this and knows what I'm talking about, the new plot line, I just don't know if I'm about it. I know a lot of people are. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure book, which is why I want to continue it, read it on the beach. It's just so easy, and you find yourself, before you know it, you're just sucked in, and you're like, whoa, didn't see that one going. So let me know, comment down below if you think I should. Have you read them? I don't know. What do you think? The next book comes to no surprise, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This follows a 19-year-old huntress named Feyre, and she, one day while hunting, accidentally shoots, with an arrow, a beast, and we just think it's a regular whatever, and she goes home and later realizes that was a fairy, because this does take place in a fairy world, and that is so wrong. You cannot be killing fairies. They are important and just top of the line in the class. So she is then taken to the fairy realm, and yeah, that's basically it. It's just her adventure with that and what's going on in the world of fairies, and it's a loose Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's such a famous book. Everyone who, just read it. You'll fall in love with Tamlin, you just will. And I'm reading Court of Mist and Fury right now, and I just know that I'm gonna be switching teams if you read, and it's like, it's disappointing. The next book I finished really, really quickly. It kept me up during the day. I guess it didn't keep me up at night, but I just couldn't stop reading it during the day, and that is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. It follows a girl named Anna, and her parents kind of ship her off to boarding school in Paris, and that's the story. She meets a bunch of friends. She meets the boy named Etienne St. Clair, and I think you can understand where this book is going from just that small description. It's so easy. It's so good. It made me feel all forms of butterflies, and I would read it again. I really should read it again. It's so fun. So fun. The next book is the second in the Throne of Glass series, and that is Crown of Midnight by also Sarah J. Maas. Can you tell I love her? I do. This one, I can't tell you too much about it because it is a second in the series, but the first follows a girl named Selena Sardothian, and she is an assassin, and she is taken from kind of a prison by the prince of that realm, that world, and is offered the opportunity to play in the game of becoming a champion to the king and being his own personal assassin. And the reward is, after serving X amount of years, she is free, which is something that she has been wanting her entire life as she was in prison. So it just follows that and that. This is the second in the book, second in the series, and it's so good. I wish, you know that feeling where you wish you never read the book so that you could read it again and get that same feeling? That's what I want. That is what I want. The next book kind of shifts from the fantasy world, and it is the psychological thriller The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. And I got 30% off on it, so that's good. This follows a woman named Rachel, and she takes the train to and from work every single day. And on her way and to wherever she's going, she always ponders at this one house that has a couple in it, and she's kind of made her own story and her own names for those people. And later down the line, she realizes something's off with the couple, seeing as she's never met them, and it's just her story about that. As it's a psychological thriller, there is a lot of psychological thrilling going on. One thing to note that I really did like about this book is that Rachel is an alcoholic in the book, and it's written so that the reader wants to believe her but doesn't know if she can trust her because she is always known for lying. It's a really, really good book. I think everyone should read it. You either love it or you hate it. I loved it. My mom hated it. So. And then the last book I have from what I chose today is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I loved this book. I loved this book. This book gave me like book hangover for a week. It follows two people, a girl named Leia and a boy named Elias, and they both are leading two different lives, but by the end, or even kind of the middle, their lives are shifted together under one big cause, and it's just a magical story. It is a dystopian Roman Empire, and the action in here, I never used to be a huge action person, but when there's action in fantasy, I think that's my favorite. I think I would buy every single book that is like that. Do you know books like that? Please let me know. I need more of them. And that is it. That is all I have for you today. Those are the books that I highly recommend. I could not put them down until I finished them. They are so, so good. Please comment down below if you've read any of them, if you recommend any books that make you feel that same way, because it's such a good feeling. Yeah, please let me know. Give me a big thumbs up if you liked the video, and I think that's it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will be back with my next video soon. Bye, guys!